It's time for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock.
There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Yeah, take a look. If you look at the on YouTube where we have the archive show here, we have the video switcher. We're going different graphics that are up there. You can see these crowds. I mean, it's like the country has turned out. This is happening everywhere. Now, I don't know how much you're seeing on the cable news, blah, 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 and don't really care. But, you know, this is something that, you know, we just go and track. We just take a look. Now, in the next hour, we're doing the same thing with Honduras. Now, Honduras is in the Western Hemisphere. That's, you know, like closer to home. And this is going on right now. There, fix that. This is happening now. This is not something that might happen or is in a sci-fi movie or is off somewhere or something. No, this is going on right now. I'm concerned that the American people are going to be blindsided. As a matter of fact, I'm quite certain of it. Because the powers that be, the media, lamestream media, the media so last century, they don't want you to know. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Last week, right up until the stock market took a 500-point dump or where it was, what were they saying? Oh, it's all up from here, man. It's all good. It's all fixed. Yeah. Meredith Whitney, all these doomsayers there. It's not pay no attention to it. And then it happened. You know, seriously? How many times do you believe them? They're telling the truth this time? And the state debt is going to be the big one. Municipal bonds are going to start going. Retirement funds, you know, we need to roll over our 401k. Oh, we're going to have to pay a bunch of taxes if we take it out and get and buy and do and somehow lose a bunch. It's better than having none left. What happens when I've had a lot of friends that had, in the past 3 years or so, even right when the housing was at the peak, we were screaming this for years here on the radio. And it said, look, man, you know, take it now, you know, go rent or whatever, man, put it into silver, something else, get turned over, your retirement's going to, a lot of people took it seriously. A lot of people did. Who's the hero now? People that did it. They're going, look, and now they say, silver's gone down. It went down to 34. Well, it's like, I don't know, 36, 37 now because it jumped up to 40 now and they finally decided they were going to buy. We were buying it at 13 or even single digits. Heck, I remember when I first started doing radio, screaming it. What was it, 6 or something? You know, and we're going, it's gone down to 34? Seriously? That's down? It's double what I bought it at a year ago. So I'm just going, what's the thinking here? Where's the propaganda coming from? It's going to happen overnight. Overnight. Won't happen all at once, but it will be overnight. Well, this is what's happened overnight in Yemen. Now, we're trying to get, it said, wait 5 minutes. He's trying to find a hard line because Abdul is it's on a mobile and going from Yemen to, no, heck no. No, it'd be too annoying trying to listen to it. So we'll go ahead after this segment. We'll go ahead, don't even worry about it. We'll go ahead and after this segment, we'll give him a call and see if we can find, he's found a hard line so we can, because I do want to get this report. But let me go ahead and do the article that his attorney daughter, lives in New York City, wrote. While chaos continues to unravel in governments across Yemen, you know, different levels of states and so on, what do they call it? They call it governates. It's hard to believe that this isn't all carefully choreographed by President Ali Abdullah Saleh. On May 22nd, the day of the 21st anniversary of unification between North and South Yemen, the nation waited expectantly for news that Saleh signed the GCC initiative, providing for a peaceful transition of power. The U.S., EU, and GCC ambassadors, GCC is just this Gulf community leaders there, ambassador thing, were held hostage at the United Arab Emirates Embassy by dozens of armed Balatia, pro-Saleh plainclothes thugs, his brown shirts, who surrounded the embassy chanting slogans against the GCC initiative and threats against the foreign dignitaries inside and prevented them from leaving to the signing ceremony. Saleh disclaimed any control over the situation, saying that the Balatia were merely voicing their political opinions. Though the UAE Embassy, United Arab Emirates Embassy, shares a wall with the Central Security Compound, inside of which there were thousands of members of the Central Security Forces, a member of the Yemeni parliament went outside to inspect and found Sina Amran, an in-law of Saleh, the leader, appearing to be in command of the mob. Now, what he's saying is where all the dignitaries and so on were, they share a wall with the Central Security Compound, all the police and so on that are there, you know, thousands of members of their little Gestapo guys. So they're like, well, you're right here. I mean, come, you know, say, oh, hey, man, that doesn't show up on TV. We don't care. So one of the guys, Yemeni parliament guys, I guess in support of, you know, him stepping down, goes out and sees one of the in-laws of the leader out there leading the mob. Okay. 4 hours later, Saleh dispatched a helicopter to rescue the foreign dignitaries and bring them to the presidential palace for the signing, where Saleh was busy micromanaging the placement of furniture, cameras, and people so that everything looked just right on film. During a lull in the conversation, Saleh asked casually, so have members of the opposition signed this? Slowly testing the patience of those present, pretending as if the act of signing would not be one of the last significant acts of his presidency. His rattled aides reminded him at the meeting they had with him at 8 a.m. that morning. They told him that the opposition figures signed the initiative the day before. This seemed to be a satisfactory response. After a final application of chapstick and the signing of the initiative by various ruling party officials, Saleh sat down in front of the piece of paper, pen poised in hand. Suddenly, he tossed the pen away, declaring that he will not sign until the opposition figures re-sign the GCC initiative in his presence. After a brief private meeting with the red-faced U.S. ambassador and the Secretary General of the GCC, Saleh emerged and gave his much-anticipated public announcement to the nation, one that he likely knew he would be giving all along. He condemned those who create chaos and vowed to hunt them down. He also pointedly declared that he does not take orders from foreigners, signing to the GCC, the U.S., and the EU that their meddling in Yemeni affairs was not appreciated. The opposition figures, whose President Saleh demanded, refused to attend for fear that Saleh would take the opportunity of their gathering to kill them. People laughed at the notion of such a brazen act as preposterous. Starting the next day, however, the GCC and other foreign mediators streamed out of the country, and Saleh began attacking opposition homes, killing them, mortaring bulldozers, tanks all over all the protesters, killing people by the dozens. This is what's coming. Now, of course, the U.S. shouldn't be involved in this, you know, saying, yeah, well, we're here, and he's like, foreigners, get out. I agree, man. Yeah, you know, we're not going to protect you. We're not going to oppose you. We're not going to nothing. You're on your own. But this is coming everywhere. We'll be right back.